Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Friday, the 17th of September 2021. I'm not so hurried today, don't have to rush through because of work, so I can take a more leisurely a mental stroll through the grid. I have to report the passing of Clive Sinclair. I think actually Sir Clive Sinclair, to give him his full title, if I remember correctly. Um, Aged 81. And if you are a British person aged, say, 40 and above, you will know who Clive Sinclair was. If you're younger than that, I'm not sure. I don't know if his ideas and legacy have continued on with younger people. He was a very famous inventor in the UK. Technology, I think, credited with being the first person to invent the pocket calculator, and of which I had one. I think it's in the 1970s. I did have a pocket calculator, a Sinclair calculator. His main rise to fame, well, he had several inventions, some successful, some not. The one successful invention he had was his computer. The ZX80 was the first one, later on the ZX81, which I detested. I can't tell you how much I hated that thing and would never have bought it. I was much in love with the American computers of the time, and my first computer, well, apart from a video games machine like the Atari, was the Commodore VIC-20, and then after that the Commodore 64, and I wrote commercial programs for those commercial software for those computers. And I can say that the American stuff was very professional, very well made, and just looked brilliant. And the Sinclair stuff was this horrible rubber keyboard, plastic, dreadful tripe with an inferior processor, the Z80 processor compared to the 6502. Now we're talking very old computer processors. And I hated it, but it was very successful and did produce a lot of games, and actually did UK a power of good in terms of exports and things like that. And actually, I think it was also sold in the US, although probably in smaller numbers. I don't know than the Commodore stuff. Later on, various things. He designed a tiny TV, which I thought looked amazing, and I thought that was a really great idea. I'm not sure that ever really caught on. And then, unfortunately for him, his biggest commercial flop, which was really well intentioned, to help the environment and kind of help people, a kind of electric car called the C5, a very famous small electric car, kind of the first, well, I don't know if it's the first, but one of the first designs for electric cars. um, and it looked very futuristic at the time. It looked like it was designed as a kind of space mobile or something like that. But the problem with it was practical use, that nobody of any sense actually would dare use the thing because it was so low to the ground, and you became so kind of invisible, and it didn't go very fast. But it seemed I'm not sure about the stability of the thing. Maybe it was stable. I'm not sure. But when you're riding along the road and a 10-ton truck comes roaring beside you, I mean, you were just probably shaken, like, and dare never use the thing again. I did used to cycle in London as well, and on a regular bicycle, not on a C5. Um, but I thought it was a great idea. It really was. And of course, nowadays we have proper electric vehicles that can carry four people and are much more practical. But it was a good attempt, and unfortunately it failed, and it made his business go belly up as well. And I don't know about his business acumen or whatever. I mean, he was good at times and not so good at times, but at least he was quite an inspiring figure. Even if I disliked several of his products, I thought that he was, at least someone who tried to be inventive and produce something useful. Okay. Thank you, and bye-bye, Sir Clive Sinclair. Right, let's get on with our game of Sudoku. If you've never played the game before, today's is supposed to be a hard level, but just ignore that for the moment. You'll might be able to get through it even if you've never played before. I don't know, or maybe it's going to be a tough one. Now, I'll explain quickly. There are rows across, and each of these rows have 9 squares. There are rows, columns down, and each has 9 squares. And then there are these outlined blocks, which also contain 9 squares, and we fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each row, column, and block. The number can fit only once because there are only 9 squares in each of those things. So, for example, when we see this 3 blocking down this column, what I mean is it can't reappear again in this column, and this 3 can't reappear in this column. So if we look at this block down here, there's no 3 allowed in these squares, no 3 allowed down here, and no 3 across here. So 3 has to fit in that square there. It's a bit of a strange looking 3, but it's an intentioned 3. Let's try and make it a bit more 3-like. Okay, this 3 that we just placed now blocks across this row, and this 3 blocks across this row, and this 3 blocks down here. So that means that we can place a 3 in that square, and that's a bit more looking like a 3. 3 blocking up this column, and across this row gives us another 3 to place here, and 3 across this row and this row gives us 1 space left to put a 3 there. 3 down here, yes, 3 across here, up here, and down here gives us 3 to fit there. And guess what? We can now celebrate because digit 3 is completed, has been completed, and we can go off for a champagne breakfast. Oh no, there's still more to do, of course. We have to continue with what we were just doing until we complete the grid. But the technique that we just used is the first basic idea, but there are other things that we need to do. Right, now you understand the rules of Sudoku, or the basic concept. 4 blocks across here, 4 blocks across here, 4 blocks up here. That's the only square left where we can place a 4. Two blocks up this column, 2 blocks across this row. We can put a 2 here. Now 2 across this row, 2 across this row, just 1 square left. 2 has to go there. And when I say has to, I mean there is only one number allowed. There is not more than once. There is only a single solution to each Sudoku puzzle. So if you find that it must be a particular number, there's no need to be looking for other possibilities. 3 missing numbers in this row, this square, and this square, are 1, 5, and 7. You'll notice we don't have a 1. We have 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5. We've got 6, 8, and 9. We don't have 7. Now I see that a 5 and a 7 are in the same column here, attacking this square here. So if that's true, this can't be 5, can't be 7. What should it be? Well, yeah, you're right. It has to be a 1. Now 1 blocking up this column, 1 up this column, and 1 across this row leads us to deduce that that is a 1 there. Two down this column, 2 down this column, 2 across here, 2 fits in this square, 2 across this row, 2 across this row, 1 square left, 2 goes here. It hasn't been a very hard level so far, has it? We shall see if there's anything tricky at the end, although I must admit it looks like it's going to be easy start to finish. You get a feel for something, but sometimes I'm wrong. 9 blocks across here, only 1 square left. 9 has got to go there. This 9 is not allowed to reappear in this block. So this square and this square are both prohibited from becoming a 9, because we've got a 9 here. Now this row does not yet have a 9, so this 9 stops these 2 squares, and this 9 stops this square from being a 9, so the 9 must appear here. Okay. Short pause for thought. I'm not pondering the universe or anything like that. I'm just looking for numbers. I don't play these games ahead of time, so I have to stop and look like anybody else. Excuse me while I hum for a second. You know, people when they're concentrating do weird things. You know, you see their strange facial movements. Sometimes people, I don't know, licking their lips or screwing up their faces. It happens a lot for jazz musicians. I see this all the time. I'm a big fan of jazz, and often when you're watching somebody who's not a singer, but you know, like a musical instrumentalist, and they're improvising at their best, you see their faces contorted into the most amazing shapes. It's quite funny, but the music that comes out is often the best. Okay, we have 5 blocking down this column, 5 across this row. There we go. So that's our 5. Seven, 8. Okay, I need to be examining a bit more closely now. I'm quite distracted. My neighbour's outside chatting, and it's quite loud for me. I know you can't hear it on the microphone, but for me, I can. And they're making me lose concentration. But these are the perils of playing Sudoku, right? This is the life we have to face as Sudoku warriors. What am I missing? I must be missing something really obvious here, I'm sure of it. Right, I'm going to start looking through the numbers. Let's see, I need to think more clearly here. So 1 blocking down here, so there's a 1 there. There we go. I knew it had to be something. Right, 1 across here, 1 across here, and a 1 blocking down here, so that's our 1 there. There we go, just a couple of seconds of concentration and found another digit. Now 1 blocking up here, 1 blocking across here, and 1 down here gives us a 1 in that square there. And so 1 across here, 1 down there gives us a 1 there. 1 down, that's our 1 there. Missing numbers here are 7 and 8. Will that give us anything? So 7 will have to be one of these 2 squares. We knew that already. 8 across here will give us an 8 up here. So 8 here or here, but look. Okay, so 8 is in one of these 2 squares, which will block across this row. So 8 has to be up here, which will stop that square from being an 8. This 8 stops that square there. So 8's got to appear there. Also giving us an 8 up here. If you follow these lines along with your eyes, the Sudoku ley lines. Okay, 8, 4. What's missing up here? 1, 2, 3 we don't have 4, 5 or 9. Anything? Oh, we've got to split the 5 there or there. The 4 and 9, no information yet. Where should I be looking? What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks up here. So 5 will be across here. 5 and 7 are missing here. No. Oh, 5 here, so 5 there. No, again. So 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Not sure about this, but it could also be a 5, 7. Probably need to be shift. I need to shift focus, or maybe I should look down here. What's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8 for these two squares here. 6 across here already. 6 up here. 6. Not much. Ah, there we go. Right, 2 blocking up this column and 2 blocking across this row, and 2 blocking up this column actually gives us a 2 in this square here. Now 2 across here, 2 across here, 2 up here, and 2 up here gives us a 2 there. Now more methodical players would have found this ages ago. You know, those people who start with 1, 2, 3 and go through the numbers like that. And I do occasionally do that, but for me, I just kind of like to randomly look at the numbers and see, just desultory fashion, just hoping to see things. I enjoy playing like that until I get to a certain point where I just think, okay, now I need to be a bit stricter in searching for numbers. Right. Help me, Obi-Wan, help me. I just know that I'm missing something. I just know, I'm just sure that there's something really obvious that everybody is going, look, come on, you must see that. Because that's what often happens when I look back at these videos, which I try not to do very often, to be honest with you. I just think, oh my God, how did I miss that? And probably that's what's happening right now, is that there's something really obvious that everyone except me can see. There it is. 7 across here, 7 up there, and that's a 7 there. Thank you. Somehow it filtered through. 6 across here, 6 across here, 6 up here. 6 is one of these two squares here. 6 is a bit of a problem child for us here. The missing numbers along here are 4, 5, and 9, right? 4, 5, and 9. So what's missing here? 4, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these have to be 6 and 8. If this is 6 and 8, the missing numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4 is one of them. Okay, so 4 has got to... Oh! Almost made a logic of an error in my logic there. Oh dear, that wouldn't have been true, would it? I almost made a silly mistake there, but managed to hold back just in time. Okay, you know what the mistake was, you can see it. Well, I think I'm going to start putting in some pencil marks because I need to have breakfast. I haven't eaten yet. Never play Sudoku on an empty stomach. So let's see what I can see. Let's put in some pencil marks that I think might help us. Maybe I don't need to do all of them. I'll just do things that I think will be useful. These things, these are it's 5 and 7. No. Oh! Okay, forget pencil marks. 7 blocking down here now. 7 is now here. 5 is here. 7 is here. Oh dear, I really do need breakfast, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 and 8 are missing. 6 and 8 here, 6 and 8 here, of course. Alright. What else is happening along here now? Okay, so I can I? 1, 2, 3. So missing here, 5 is one of these 2 squares. Okay, 5 blocks up here, so 5 is in one of these 2 squares, blocking across this top row. This 5 blocks this square here. So 5 has got to go there. Nine blocks this square, so 9 is in one of these 2 squares, which will block across this row, giving us this square here for a 9. Now there's only one missing number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be a 6 now. Seven blocks down here, 7 blocks down here, so this is our 7. One number to get in this column, it's an 8, so we'll put that in. If you remember, 8 is one of these squares here, 6 or 8 right in these squares, so 8 blocks across here, 8 blocks across here, 8 blocks up here, so that's an 8 to get in that square there, and now 8 blocking this square here, so 8 goes there. 7 is the last number to fill in there. We do not yet have a 5 in this row here, but this 5 stops this from being a 5, and this 5 stops this from being a 5, so 5 has got to appear there. We don't have a 4 in this row yet. 4 stops this square from being a 4, so 4 has to appear at the end here, and the last number to get along here is a 6. 6 blocks this square, 6 blocks up there, 6 goes there. 6 blocks up this column and across this row, giving us a 6 to fill in there. One number missing from this column. It's an 8, isn't it? Okay, yeah, it's an 8. Missing numbers down here are 4 and 8, I believe. 4 stops this, so 4 is here, 8 is here. One number missing along this row. It's a 6, I think. Okay, one number missing in this block, and it is an 8. 8 stops this from being an 8. 8 goes here. The last number to get here is 9. One number missing in this column, and it's a 9. So we'll fit that in. This 6 stops this from being a 6, so the 6 goes here, the 4 goes here. 5 and 4 both block this square here, so 5 and 4 have to be in these two squares, and the missing number therefore is a 9 in this square. Now there's only one number to get along here, which is a 7. Okay, and one number missing here, that's 7, is it? Yes. Missing from here now are 5 and 6, I think. Okay, so 6 stops this square, so 6 is here, 5 is there. One number missing from this column, and it's a 5. 5 goes there. 5 stops this from being a 5, so 5 is here. 4 is the last number to get there. 4 stops this from being a 4, so 4 is here. And the last number to finish the puzzle is a 9. So I did it without pencil marks. I almost missed something easy and started to write in pencil marks, but didn't quite need to. So again, it's not really a hard level puzzle, is it? It's never hard or expert level if I can complete it without pencil marks. That's my rule of thumb, or rule of pen. So thank you very much, and hope to see you again for more Sudoku anytime you're in the Sudoku mood of just putting numbers in squares. Bye bye.